Nick Aldis just ended Gunther's championship dreams, and the most diabolical part of the whole story is that Gunther never even saw it coming. The man who attacked Aldis twice. The man Aldis personally saved from termination. The man Aldis handed a golden SummerSlam pathway on a silver platter, just watched that pathway disappear at Madison Square Garden. And here is the question that should be burning right now: did Nick Aldis book that SNME match knowing Gunther would lose? Stay until the very end, because the answer reveals the most calculated revenge plan in SmackDown history. Tidal Wave is live, the channel that reads the endgame while everyone else is still watching the opening move. Here is everything at full speed. Gunther spent all of 2026 screaming for a championship opportunity. He retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles. He lost the Night of Champions triple threat to Sami Zayn. He attacked Nick Aldis twice in 2 weeks. He got sent home, suspended, and reinstated. And then on July 10 SmackDown, Aldis built him the most valuable stipulation of the entire SummerSlam season. A win at Saturday night's main event against CM Punk and Cody Rhodes would add Gunther and Zayn to the SummerSlam main event, turning the undisputed WWE Championship match into a four-way. A golden ticket. And Gunther choked Aldis unconscious seconds before he finished announcing it. Then he lost at message anyway. And now the SummerSlam title picture officially does not contain Gunther's name. Nick Aldis, from a hospital bed, from administrative leave, from behind a general manager's desk, just ended the Ring General's championship dreams for 2026. And he did it without throwing a single punch. Here is the detail that every SmackDown fan needs to understand right now. Adam Pearce confirmed on SmackDown this week that it was Nick Aldis who personally pressed that Gunther keep his job after the July 10 attack. And it was Aldis who insisted the SummerSlam stipulation remain in effect for SNME. Gunther did not survive the attack consequences because of Triple H's mercy. He survived because the man he attacked chose to save him. And Aldis chose to save him not out of forgiveness, but because he needed Gunther in that message match. Needed him to lose it. Needed the SummerSlam door to close in Gunther's face, with Aldis as the architect of the entire structure. That is not a general manager doing his job. That is a former world champion executing a master plan. And Gunther, the self-described ring general, got completely outmaneuvered by a man in a suit who never threw a single elbow. If this is hitting exactly right, smash the like button and lock into the Tidal Wave family right now, because what Aldis does next is where the championship dream story gets genuinely explosive. Here is the first massive reveal that reframes everything. WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful confirmed WWE is actively discussing putting Nick Aldis back in a wrestling ring. Twinsiders reporting points directly toward Aldis vs. Gunther at SummerSlam 2026 as the confirmed direction. And Big E planted the seed on the Night of Champions post-show, saying Aldis has never left the gym and is an amazing in-ring worker. Triple H does not plant those seeds without a harvest. So Aldis ending Gunther's championship dreams at message was not the end of the story. It was the setup. Because a man who cannot get a title shot at SummerSlam now has nothing to lose. And a Gunther with nothing to lose is the most dangerous version of the ring general that SmackDown has ever seen. Which means Aldis, having closed every door, just needs to open one final one. His own. Now here is where the internet has this completely wrong. The dominant take is that Aldis's revenge arc peaks with Triple H booking the match that the GM needs corporate approval to step into a ring and challenge Gunther officially. That reading misses the fundamental power shift that happened the moment the SNME bell rang. Aldis does not need Triple H's permission anymore. He built the trap. He saved Gunther's job. He preserved the stipulation. He engineered the loss. He has documented moral authority over every decision made in this feud, and a man with that level of institutional capital does not ask for a match. He books one. For himself. And here is the micro loop that nobody is closing. When Aldis books himself against Gunther at SummerSlam, does he book it as general manager? Or does he step down first and walk in as a competitor with absolutely nothing constraining him? Zero in on Gunther's psychology, and the full picture of what comes next crystallizes into something chilling. Gunther told Aldis at Night of Champions, "You're jealous. You'd love to be in my position." In June. In July. In August. Gunther has repeated that belief through every attack, every suspension, every consequence. And now, standing on the other side of the message result with no SummerSlam title match to his name, Gunther is going to look back at every decision Aldis made in this feud and realize something catastrophic. Aldis was never jealous. Aldis was never desperate. Aldis was always 3 moves ahead. And the man Gunther called a failed wrestler just ended his championship year without once stepping out of his role. That realization, that specific moment of clarity, is what makes Gunther most dangerous heading into SummerSlam. Not rage. Recognition. 3 predictions for SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis. Number 1. Aldis officially books himself against Gunther at SummerSlam using his full GM authority, his first WWE in-ring appearance, with the stipulation that a Gunther loss permanently removes him from championship contention for 12 months, the most personal and highest stakes non-title match on the entire Minneapolis card. Number 2. Aldis steps down as SmackDown GM entirely before SummerSlam, challenges Gunther as a free competitor with no authority constraints, and delivers a promo on SmackDown that quotes every word Gunther said about failed wrestlers directly back at him word for word, the most cathartic moment on the blue brand all year. Number 3. The swing. Aldis challenges Gunther at SummerSlam, defeats him clean in his WWE in-ring debut, immediately reinstates himself as GM, and in his first act backbooks Gunther into a match against every performer Gunther called beneath him in 2026, a gauntlet of his own making as the final, complete, utterly devastating chapter of the Ring General's most humbling year. One of these 3 things will happen. The only question is which one. Nick Aldis ended Gunther's championship dreams without throwing a punch, and that is the most terrifying sentence in SmackDown history. The trap was always Gunther's own impatience, and Aldis just let him walk straight into it at Madison Square Garden. The real question for the comments: does Gunther deserve a championship match at SummerSlam after everything he did in 2026, or did Nick Aldis deliver the most perfect punishment in WWE history? Drop the hottest take below. Next video we break down the full SummerSlam 2026 card and rank every single match from most to least likely to steal the show in Minneapolis. Tidal wave out.